What is going on, YouTube? And coming back today with another video that's kind of similar to the ones I've done the last few days. And I'm gonna do a video about the Chicago Bulls acquisitions in free agency so far. Now, the big question for this video is how competitive will the Chicago Bulls be in the 2016-2017 NBA season? And will it be competitive at all? So, to start, let's just take a look up and down the roster. Starting five, honestly not too shabby. This is going to be a starting five featuring, this is the most likely starting five, keep in mind. And that is Rajon Rondo, Dwyane Wade, Jimmy Butler, either Bobby Portis, Nikola Mirotic, or Taj Gibson, and then Robin Lopez. Granted, the front court's not great. It does have depth. They actually just signed Paul Zipser today, so that adds another forward to the rotation. And then they do have a little bit of depth at the three spot too. That's the one other spot I think they actually have a decent amount of depth. And with Doug McDermott, granted they did get rid of Mike Dunleavy for nothing, which I don't think was the greatest move, but it's whatever. And they got rid of Jose Calderon. I don't think that was that big a deal though. Anyway, Doug McDermott, now Denzel Valentine, and Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler can play at the 2 or the 3, though. So, get into the real question. Do I think they will be competitive this year? Yeah. Yeah, they will be. When you got a backcourt or, 3 players at the first 3 spots that are as good as Rajon Rondo, Jimmy Butler, and Dwyane Wade, you're going to make the playoffs. Now, talk about the other ramification of them, or just of what they've done this offseason. Long term, I don't know how long Jimmy Butler's going to be sticking around for. It sounded like they were trying to dump him off this offseason. He was on the trading block for a while, even though it was just announced, I believe it was yesterday, that he would no longer be on the trading block. But, again, outside of, I'd say, Denzel Valentine, Bobby Portis, and Jimmy Butler, this team doesn't have too strong of an outlook on the future. It sounds like they're trying to get rid of Taj Gibson pretty quick. Tony Snell's a good option, but he hasn't come along, I think, the way a lot of people expected him to. Jerry Grant, again, another decent option off the bench, but still, I don't think he's exactly panned out to what people expected him to be so far. Grant, he's only spent 1 year in the league, so it's too early to say. So, this year, where do I think they're going to finish, just standings-wise? 7th or 8th. You know what? Not even 7th or 8th. I'm going to say 6th or 7th. Obviously, the biggest issue with the Chicago Bulls team, besides age, is the outside shooting. I believe their best player in the lineup right now for outside shooting is Jimmy Butler. Unless they start Doug McDermott, then that changes a little bit. But you got rid of pretty much half your, if not more of your distance shooting by getting rid of Mike Dunleavy and then Jose Calderon. Doug McDermott's still a good outside shooter, but outside of that, you don't have much. Denzel Valentine, decent outside shooter. But again, Dwyane Wade, not a good outside shooter. Rajon Rondo, not a good outside shooter. You don't have any bigs that are good outside shooters either, maybe besides Mirotic. So, again, I think that's a situation where the Bulls will probably finish 6th or 7th, I'd say, with the Knicks being able to finish 7th or 8th. Granted, when you finish 6th or 7th, you're going to be playing a team like what seems like right now, somewhere in the ballpark of the Raptors, the Celtics, the Pacers, or the Cavs, hopefully for whatever team's sake, not the Cavs. But again, that'll pretty much do it for this video. Like I said, it's pretty short. It's a pretty simple question to answer. All their offseason signings, while they have been diverse and they've changed the team around a lot, and, it still seems like a lot of players can be on the move, there's a lot of things going on. But it seems like there's also a very simple outlook on this. Short term, they're going to be competitive because that was the entire reason of getting all these players, was to stay competitive short term. Long term, not great options. Outside shooting's going to suffer because of it. Depth long term is going to suffer because of it. So I think that's the main effects from all their transactions, at least so far during the offseason. So that'll pretty much do it for this video. Like I said, I just want to continue the trend for a little bit of what I've been doing. I think it's a fun topic to talk about. That's pretty much it. See ya.